Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here playing some more Pathfinder Adventures. It's time for Thassilonian Sins, which is, in my opinion, one of the more infamous of the scenarios from the original game. In this scenario, you have 3 villains. Now, there isn't a change to the rules for how villains work. You still defeat villains following the normal rules, but you do have to corner and defeat all 3 villains to win the scenario. Now, the reason this can be tricky is that the scenario has a lot of locations that are very difficult to close, so cornering the villains can be tough. However, if you find a villain in one of those scenarios and defeat him, then you close the location without having to deal with the difficult check. So it was a very nice design by Paizo. I thought that they chose a really nice time and place to have there be multiple villains, and it makes the mechanics interact in an interesting way. On top of that, these villains are not just totally generic, they do have some things going on. Now, in the heroic version, this is one of the few that I remember because it's crazy. Doesn't really fit there, but what it does is it makes it so that when you defeat a villain, for the rest of the scenario, the checks to defeat villains are harder by 5. Now that quickly gets out of control, so realistically, you can't just fight them 3 times. You're probably gonna have to do a little bit of doubling up. But I'm hoping that I only have to fight the villains 5 times total. That way the 5th one will be harder by 20, and I feel like that could still be manageable. Oh my god, this is unbearable. So, Driving Rain were one of the worst ones. Everything's harder by 3. And then Impending Doom, I have 5 fewer turns. This is going to be tough. I definitely could see myself failing this. So here's this guy. So he's immune to some stuff. He also makes you discard cards from your deck, which is more annoying than it sounds. It can definitely kill you. And then on top of that, you do have a little bit of an out. You can make an Arcane 18 check instead of a Combat 25, although really, for an Arcane Spellcaster, Combat 25 should be easier than Arcane 18. So this is really only something that's useful if, like, you don't have a combat spell on hand or something. But anyway, there's that. Then we have, I guess the other thing is if your combat spells are all, stuff he's immune to. Okay, so anyway, this one is the infamous roll a 1d6 and encounter him again. At least he's not undefeated, and just freaking undefeated, but like, you do have to fight him again, so you can't just blow your whole load. This is one that you really have to hope you can get out of the way early, because having him late in the scenario can be obnoxiously difficult. Like, if you have to make a combat 45 check, and there's a 1 in 3 chance that all the bonuses that you played get nullified, that's going to be rough. So I'm hoping he comes up early. Then the third villain is Jordimandus. So they all have the same structure, Arcane 18, Combat 25, but notably different text. So this one is, you have to encounter a random monster, and then if you defeat the monster, you can actually discard a weapon or an attack spell to attempt a Diplomacy 14 check to defeat Jordimandus. Now, I don't know if this takes the penalty from the scenario. I believe by the text of the card it says attempt a Diplomacy 14 check. Like it's text from the card. It's not like this fundamental check right here, so it might not get the penalty. But if it does, then, you know, obviously making a Diplomacy 34 check or something is not really an option. So it's a bit limited in what you can do, but it's nice that there's some interesting stuff going on. Now we have one, I believe, unique henchman. This is a divine or combat check, and he's pretty generic. And then we have the Simulacrum of Rexaris. This one, these henchmen are a pain in the ass. So you have to make a check or recharge your entire hand and draw a single card. So hopefully you're good at punching them with your fists, because that's gonna be happening for most people. Those are tough henchmen. So really, the fewer henchmen I have to fight, the better. But I mean, how do you win this scenario? I mean, you just gotta hope that you can close off 2 locations, spread your party out, and then just corner the villains as you find them. Okay, so let's take a quick look here. I think I'm just going to stick Ezrin at the Thassilonian dungeon, because that is definitely his jam. Then he's coming into the Festering Maze of Sloth, which is really, really rough. No more than 1 card per check, regardless of type. Well, Harsk is the only one who's making this Constitution or Fortitude 12. I guess Amiri could do it, but Harsk is my best. Fortitudinal, he's got a D10 plus 1 for it, which I guess isn't that much different from Amiri, is it? Especially if she buries a card. I might be wrong about this. Very interesting. I could very well be wrong. Yeah, because old Harsk is a D12 plus 2 Fortitude, but this Forest Harsk, the one thing that he suffers in is that his Fortitude got worse, which normally doesn't make any difference, but here, a D10 plus 1 is not that much better than like a Miri's D8, I believe, than bury a card for a D10 plus 1. Huh, okay, so where does Harsk go? Well, we'll just put it back here for a second. I don't know where he's going to go. God damn it. You really can't put people back. Okay, so then we got this. Wisdom or Perception 12. So Harsk can actually do that because Harsk here, he has a D8 plus, I believe, 2 Wisdom. The only person who comes close is Sela. So maybe I'll stick him here for the time being. This place is Wisdom or Survival. Oh, your hand size is increased by 2. Interesting. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put Amiri here with her Survival and her burying cards for Survival thing. This place is Wisdom or Perception, so Harsk could go there as well. You may add all the buried cards to... Yeah, I'm not going to make use of that. Okay, that's kind of nifty, the Vault of Greed. I gotta be careful, though, when you acquire an item, banish another item. You have to make sure you don't lose your precious items with this. Okay, oh, right, bury your hand. Christ, this thing. Alright, I guess I'm gonna put Amiri here, although she did just get a hand size upgrade. I feel like she's the best at dealing with this thing. This thing is just awful. And then she can get over here if she needs to pretty quickly. Alright, I'll put Seoni over here in the throne room. We'll put Kira here. I'm just putting people where they can close the location easily. And then this. I mean, Sela's got, well, like a D6 for Constitution? So 2D6 plus, like, 2. Adding D6s on. Or she can do a D8 there. I mean, I guess... I'm not exactly sure where to put her. Harsk, I mean, Ezrin is definitely not going to want to do this with this D4 Constitution. So it doesn't matter if this is closed when Ezrin comes out. So I'll just stick her here. This is fine. We'll see what happens. Alright, that was a tough one. Tough one to arrange. Now, let's go ahead and start the scenario. So, Sela Scouts, finding a Frost Ray, which is not that helpful. So I'm glad that it's going to the bottom. She's a Hill Giant. Luckily, I do have a weapon in my opening hand here. I'm going to be flipping cards pretty liberally. I lost a Cure, which is a bit unfortunate, but that's fine. Harsk here will recharge... what? I don't think he actually needs his armor. 99%, alright, that's good enough. With the... jeez, that was way too close. Now, let me think about this. I'm gonna spend this blessing to go again, because it is being recharged, so I really might as well get those extra explorations done. And there is a Simulacrum of Rexaris. Alright, Sela does not particularly mind just recharging this hand and drawing one card. She can beat this guy up with her fists. So I'm just gonna fail this check. Recharge my hand. And I even got a weapon. Well, how lucky ducky for me. So we'll reveal that. We'll shoot another arrow. Guess we'll shoot Lamish 2. And anybody got some help? Oh, I should have checked this earlier. Stuff like this orb would have been nice to do. Yeah, that would have been smart to do earlier. Okay, let's go ahead and display that. That should be enough. Look at those 4s turning into 6s. Woo! Okay, now we need a little bit of help with this. The good news is that she is rolling Constitution, and Kira's rechargeable blessings are Constitution. So there's 2 dice. And hell with it, there's 2 more dice. 96%. Is 96% good enough? What if I fail this? This is so bad. It's really, really bad to fail this. I'm going to spend another blessing, because I feel like I got off to a pretty quick start here. Yeah, that was overkill, and I could have thrown fewer dice, but, you know, I just really needed that to close. I can't afford to have stuff staying open, so 4% chance of it staying open I don't think was worth taking when I'm off to a pretty quick start in this scenario, especially considering I lost 5 turns. Alright, do I care about recharging this? Because I could use the Pyromaniac Mage to help recharge it. I'm actually going to. I don't care that much about exploring again, and I really want this Orb of Ice to come back. Driving Rain screws me up, although if Ezrin was regular Ezrin, he would have had 1 higher and he would have made it. Or if I'd taken another Power Feat to help my recharges, I would have made that, so that's a shame. Alright, so Mary's up here at the Abjurant Halls of whatever. Mass Cure! Oh, that would have been nice! That would be nice. It's a straight upgrade over Cure and Mass Cure. Alright, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna banish a Mako. And still... damn. It's still a real YOLO over here. Okay, can we do Blessing of Shellen? 71%. Okay, that'll just have to do. I rolled... jeez, 2 1s, a 3, and a 2 or something? Okay, well, that sucks. Dagger. Alright, I can encounter a dagger. That's fine. Oh, I actually got it, even through the Driving Rain. Not that it's usable at all. Let's go ahead and play the Staff of Minor Healing, and I'm going to explore again with the Tiger. It'd be nice to find a monster, and I get my wish. So I don't need to spend blessings to defeat this. I'm pretty confident in my abilities to defeat a monster. Unfortunately, I only had 1 in 4 odds of finding the henchman/villain, but maybe that's for the best, because if it had been the villain, which there's a higher than average chance, you know, because this is the scenario where there's 3 villains, it would have been a tough fight. Okay, we'll take these 99% odds, even with all the penalties. Now, do I go again? Yeah, I'd like to go again, actually, because then if I find the henchman, I can empty out my hand and not have to pay anything. Alright, Disjunction Pulse is annoying, it's very difficult to defeat, and I mean, I don't care about it recharging all my magic cards, obviously, but there's a 50% chance that it ends up on top of the henchman again, which would suck. Now let me take a quick look here. Can I actually use... Yeah, this is a case where I can actually do something I haven't really been doing, like, at all. But in the regular game, you know, when there aren't any movement restrictions, Amiri can just always pull Sela away from a location Sela has just closed to be able to scout the next location instead of wasting her scouting at the beginning of her turn. Alright, I get a little bit unlucky. There were spells here that I could have done, and then I would have gotten free extra explorations. However, I do have a second augury, so I might as well do it again. God, I hate this driving rain so much. And I would have actually recharged this if it weren't for driving rains. That's a sucky loss. Oh yeah, I get to draw a card. Let's do that. Alright, let's play augury again. Trying monster again. Well, God, there's 3 cards out of 10 that are monsters. The odds of failing both times are quite low. They're like, well, actually, they're not that low, are they? Well, actually, no, I don't know. I have to sit and do some probability here to really figure this out. There we go. Recharge the second augury. So at least I shuffled the deck twice, which, given that the henchman was not on top, is good, potentially, because it might put the henchman near the top. Got ourselves a shocking splash, which, because of the driving rain, I failed, robbing me of an extra turn, which is super annoying. And that's all I'm going to do. God, that was a very annoying turn. Alright, so I can recharge an item to draw a card. I don't think I need to recharge my Wand of Enervation. I'm pretty happy to keep that. Let's do augury first. I would hate to find a monster having not augured. And I guess I should have explored first. There's a whole bunch of crap at the top here. Jesus, I am just whiffing with those auguries. Alright, well, let's scry a place that has monsters that someone is on. I don't want to scry an empty location because the problem with that is you can easily find a villain in this scenario. Here's Desecrated Vault. Kira's blocking it. She can close it easily. Are you serious? There's 5 cards in this deck that are monsters and I could not find any of them. Alright, this is off to a rocky start. I mean, it's nice that Sela closed a location on her first turn, but Driving Rain has cost me at least 1 extra exploration and several cards already, and on top of that, I'm just going to roll this. 91% will have to do. And on top of that, I can't find any monsters near the tops of their decks. It's so annoying. Alright, well, let's go again. It's a villain. Well, not the greatest. Not the greatest, because Sela could have, or Suni could have definitely closed this location. The good news is that there's no scouting information, because all the auguries whiffed. So I don't see any particular reason to expend resources to close locations. I guess we'll just do the ones that are kind of free. So that one, I'll take a stab at it. I'm not going to spend any resources at all on any of these. We'll take a stab at this one, which should be a guaranteed, but because of Driving Rain, it isn't. And indeed, Driving Rain makes me fail. And then we're done closing. So it's not the end of the world that I fight him early, but it is a problem, because remember, the more that you fight the henchmen, or sorry, the villains, the harder each one villain gets, and it's by 5 every time, so it's really, really rough. I lost Father Xanthus in there, so I lost my ability to heal myself. Let's go ahead and drop a Fiery Bolt. You know what, I'm going to use Wand of Enervation on this, because I feel like it's fine. I'm going to recharge it, probably, and then, after recharging it, I will be able to get it back since my hand size is pretty big, and I'm going to recharge cards. Notice, by the way, that if I would have actually failed that if that was the second time I'd fought a villain, because I only beat the combat check by 3. And failing would have been pretty bad, because remember, blessings go off the blessings deck when you fail. Alright, so now there's another villain floating around there. That's one of the 5 times I was hoping to do. I have closed 2 locations, so in theory I can now start cornering the villains. In theory. Alright, before Kira explores here, Sione just got back her scrying, so let's try this vault one more time. There we go. Okay, 1 monster? Really, you're gonna give me 1 in a deck that has 4. Christ. Greedy bitches. Alright, so really, actually phenomenally bad luck with the auguries and those such effects. Alright, there's Restoration, which is a really good one. Unfortunately, I only get 1 die from that. This is an okay spell, but it's not like ridiculously amazing. I'm not going to spend my resources. I'm already down to a 3rd time, and I've only closed 2 locations because of the shortage of blessings at the beginning. I'm going to spend this Callistria though, because there aren't any dexterity-based locations, and we need to make some progress. Alright, immune to mental and poison. If undefeated... Wait a minute, put it on the bottom. Hold up. I don't actually need to try that hard. I can just block it with my armor, and then, put it... And it'll go to the bottom of the deck, which is fine by me. Yeah. I don't have any rechargeable blessings, except for, I guess, this Iomade. Her turn's coming up soon. I'll do this, and then what I'm going to do here is we'll just take a coin flip at it, basically, see what happens. 16, huh? I can actually recharge this and use my medallion, and then I can hang on to my weapon. Then again, I have a lot of weapons. I'm just gonna reroll this. 19. Okay, that's a lot better because I can block that with this armor, and then it goes on the bottom of the deck, which does not undo the scouting information, and it still makes forward progress. Now I don't have a weapon, so I'm not gonna keep exploring. There's my Sunburst and a Great Club. All right. Harsk is up, so where do I do the Revelation Quill? Well, I think Harsk's own location seems kind of pointless because he does have a Spyglass. I can do the Thassilonian... Yeah, the Thassilonian Dungeon seems like the most useful one because there might be another villain in there, and it can help Ezrin get extra explorations if we stagger the spells correctly. Okay, glad I did that, because there's one of the villains. You have to be a little bit careful with leaving villains on top, you know, because when you do that, there's a chance that somebody else fights a villain, and then if you leave this location, this is going to get scouted away. So, Saren Ray would actually be nice to pick up, because this is good for Kira. It is unfortunately a Constitution 7 or Divine 8, which is difficult for Ezrin to swing. I don't remember the movement grid. Okay, we're going to just put this here. Detect magic. I don't really think I need this. It doesn't do any good for me. Definitely don't need any of this stuff. Okay, so I guess we're going to do it like that. Optimistically assume somebody can come over there at some point. And we need to take out that villain as soon as possible because, again, I don't want to just have Ezrin leave that location and then have the villain get shuffled in when I find one of the other 2 villains. Alright, we got Orb of Firestorm, which is a really nice item. This is 2d4. I don't know how realistic it is that we can get somebody over here, but we definitely don't care about the Holy Text. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to explore and get the Holy Text out of the way. And then, let's take a look at the map. Can somebody come by and get that Holy Text? Where are you, Harsk? There. Sela could, if Amiri carried her, but no, Sela's turn is up next. Yeah. Kira, crap. I don't think it's gonna happen. Well, Ezrin actually, hold up. Doesn't Ezrin need to get over there? Oh, well, Ezrin's gonna be fighting the villain, right? Yeah, because what's gonna happen is Sela is gonna go here. And then, oh shoot, I can't corner the villain because Sione's not making herself useful. I can't corner the villain yet. Shoot. This is rough. And who's going to get that Saren Ray blessing? I mean, Sela can go here and then just pass her turn. No, that's not worth it. Crap. You know what? I'm just going to have to let that Saren Ray thing go, unfortunately. Damn it. Would have been nice to get, but I just don't think it's possible with my turn order being the way it is. Okay. So, we gotta think a little bit about this. Ezrin, do you have a stride? You do have a stride, so Ezrin can do a little bit to help people get to places. Unfortunately, Sione is gonna be stuck doing a Wisdom 15 closing check, which is not the most ideal. Oh, and Amiri's gonna be bearing a hand of 6 cards, which is also not ideal. Well, I guess she could use up a healing poultice, and she could, like, play blessings, so that her whole hand doesn't get buried. Okay, so that's what I gotta do, because I gotta think about how am I gonna corner and defeat that villain. The longer that Ezran stays there and wastes time, the less beneficial it is. Sela can do this, although it's not easy. Kira can do this, although it's not easy. But then there's this Divine 6. Honestly, I'd like to have Seoni over here doing a Divine, or a Wisdom 9, instead of a Wisdom 15. Because her Wisdom's not that good, is it? I don't think it's that good. It's only a D6. Oh, she has a D8. Alright, alright. Well, we can just throw a bunch of blessings at it, I guess. Alright, so she's doing one. Sela's gonna have to do the other one. Being Stroden over. Alright, that's... Oh, and Harsk, I guess, is gonna have to do that one, which is not easy for him either. Crap, this is tough. Well, that's the plan then. So, I'm losing out on some good items, unfortunately, but it's just how it has to be. Okay, so now Sela's up. She needs to move away. First, we're gonna scout. Get a zombie, which is annoying, because it doesn't give me an extra explore. Alright, so now we're gonna move over here. And I guess I might as well explore. If I explore now, there's a chance that I can find the henchman and close this place without having to do things on Ezran's turn. It's this thing. Discard this amulet to examine the top 5 cards of your location. Set aside any monsters. Shuffle the remaining cards into the deck. Then put the cards you set aside on top in any order. Well, I guess this could be a good combo with Augury somehow. Alright, we'll try to pick it up just for fun. Let's see. So we can do the Troubadour. We can flip a card. Flip a card. And Norgorgurg is 2 dice. That's picking up boons. So we'll give this a shot. I mean, it's good for finding henchmen, I suppose. Alright, let's do this. Blorp. Hey, there's a villain. Wow, how lovely-dovely. But that actually is pretty good. This is the annoying one. And what this allows me to do is close this location without, yeah, this is really good, I think. Because I can close this location without, having to make this Wisdom or Perception 12 check, which makes my life a lot easier. Okay. So then that's over. Okay, we're gonna definitely fight this zombie using a trident. 96. All right, that's just gotta be enough, right? Come on, I can't use all my blessings on all these things. Iomade is up. Next, I'm gonna pop a spyglass. See what's coming up next. Ugh, stupid disjunction pulse. Well, we might as well get this goblin plate out of the way. This is a pretty good one. Combat or fire by 3. Banish. Bury. Random character at the occasion who's out 1 combat damage. Well, Amiri could actually use this because she blocks the damage. Alright, well, let's go into it, I guess. Oh, did I already explore this? Oh, yeah, I fought the zombie, right. Okay, let's spend a blessing to explore. Try to pick up this armor. Constitution. Well, I'll bury my existing armor to try to get this armor. Alright, got it through the driving rain, which is nice. And now we can pop this poultice. Since I have 4 cards in my discard and the maximum this can do is 4, I'm going to get 1 card back, see? And, I guess I don't really need... Okay, I don't need the goblin plate, but this place is bury your hand. So, Jesus, Amiri's going to be burying her hand a couple of times. She has to do it once for Ezran and once for Sela. It's going to be rough. Okay, can I do this now? Well, no, I can't do it now because I need Sela to fight her thing first. So what I really need to do is, I don't want to, oh yeah, I need to explore. I'm giving up on getting this blessing, so I'm just going to let this go. Tragically. Then I need to stride Seoni up 1. So Seoni on her turn can move over there and be ready to close when Sela attacks the villain. Monkey! Alright, I'm not getting the monkey. Except I am, haha. And I am done. Okay, so Seoni gets into position. It's gonna be tough. I need to save up my blessings. Doctrine of Gazra. Disable craft. Oh, I hate these ones that say specific skills. It's super annoying. Alright. Why is this even lit? Oh, it's arcane or divine. Interesting. Well, that's stupid. I'm not gonna do it. Would have actually made it if it wasn't for the driving rain. I hate driving rain. And I don't need this troubadour, so I'm going to do it to explore again. There's, of course, a risk of finding the henchman or a villain or something, but you can't, you know, I have to take these chances. All right, do I do better or worse if I recharge this 30% to 41%? Okay, we'll take the 41% chance. Rolling minimum. Nice. And then I'll stop pushing my luck there. So I'm down to half time. All right. Kira is up. What is this? Oh, it's a club. I thought it was a spyglass. I guess she might as well explore. That's junk. And I guess I'm going to leave it at this. Harsk is up. What is he looking at? Oh, crap. That thing. Damn it. Well, I guess we're just going to let this go. I mean, I could YOLO it. I'll recharge a Sage to YOLO it. 31%. Anyone have a rechargeable Yabba Dabba Doo, maybe? Guidance, I definitely want to save for the villains. There is a Yabba Dabba Doo, so this is recharging. Alright, 78% chance of picking it up. Alright, I got it. So Harsk can't use it, remember, because... I forgot about that. Oh, well, you have to banish another item. Oh, God. Do I have any junk here? Well, I don't want to banish the Crown of Charisma, that's for sure. Oh, man, I don't want to banish any of these. So the Crown of Charisma is helpful for closing. This is like an armor. I guess it's good. The Ring of Protection is really an MVP item, especially later on. So I guess we're going to get rid of this brooch. That was maybe a little bit foolish. I should have thought about that more. All right, let's fly like an eagle. What can I possibly look at that could matter? That is a disjunction pulse. I don't know what there is. Okay, so we'll do that. Let's eagle it up. It's a sepia ellipsoid. Dude, non-combat survival or diplomacy. That actually, it's kind of nice, but it's just sort of meh. It's not something you're going to go crazy trying to get. We have a Blessing of Aristil, which is whatever. I mean, it's good that Harsk has a really good shot of picking it up for an extra Explorer, I guess. That's about it. Okay, so Seela's up. Now, I believe we're going to fight the villain, yes? Right. Oh, man, what's annoying is that... The annoying thing is that Sione has to make this Wisdom 15, and then on Ezrin's turn, she has to make it again. Because Seela will not have been able to move over yet. Although, doesn't it say, after you defeat a villain that cannot escape, any characters at that villain's location may immediately move? I don't think that actually happened. Well, if that worked, then Seela could move over here and beat time closing it, but if not, then... Alright, well, anyway, we're going for it, so I'm going to go ahead and pop Pelagina. Got a weapon. We're ready to fight. Ordicon! Alright, so here is where it's going to be useful to use some persistent effects, meaning things that apply to more than one check. Actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. I gotta close all this shit first. So let's close this place. Driving rain, making my life difficult. Let's see, who has the most blessings? You cannot play both of your blessings, so we're gonna go ahead and do it here. What is this? Caden Killian? Okay. So 95, that's gonna have to be enough. I can't afford to get these up to 99. I don't have enough resources. So I recharge that blessing. Then, well, Amiri should go last. Amiri should really use up all of her cards before she buries her hand. So yeah, Amiri's not going to be able to help in the final fight. I got to remember that before I screw it up. So we have this now. Amiri, what do you have? You have a blessing? Alright, you're going to spend it. I don't care what it is. Oh, that's actually 2 dice to help Sione close. Nice. 90%. Is that good enough? Alright, I think 90 is where I gotta draw the line. I think 90 is a little bit too loosey-goosey, especially because the whole scenario kind of hinges on it. Alright, so then, see, let's have Sione go. Alright, this is a tough one. So, Amiri luckily does have a Wisdom one. Puts us up to 40. Harsk has 1 blessing. Boy. Okay, here I think is where I'm going to use Guidance. I'm not thrilled about it, but this is a tough thing to close. So I just need to make sure I do it right. Alright, we're not quite out of the woods yet because Harsk has a pretty difficult one as well. Harsk has a D10, or no, this is a D8 plus 3 hitting a 15. Alright, he's going to use his own blessing. And, oh my gosh, we're starting to run out of blessings. Alright. No, that's wrong. Hang on a second. I think Caden Killian, that's melee, right? I want to save Blessing of the Gods for the melee check. 68. Oh god, 68's not good enough. 91's really not good enough, but I have to just do it. Okay. So that closed. That, I believe, is them all. Oh no, Amiri now has to bury her entire hand. Oh, it sucks that Amiri goes before Ezrin, because it means that... Oh no, it doesn't... What am I talking about? No, yeah, if Ezrin went before her, then Amiri would have had an empty hand and she would have essentially gotten a free close, but because she gets to go before Ezrin, she refuels her hand, which sucks. It's a shitty location to temp close, I gotta say, but what are you gonna do? Alright, so here's our combat. I think I have to discard this weapon. I don't think I can make it if I hold on to it. Losing my cure, so I've lost cure and mass cure. Awesome. Harsk needs to go a little bit crazy here, so let's go ahead and get rid of... I need to keep that, actually. Let's get rid of the Crown of Charisma. Let's shoot the Black Arrow Longbow. I mean, I guess I could get this back. I banished my Brooch of Shielding. I could get this thing back. But doesn't Kira... Didn't somebody have Strength? No, you had Incendiary Cloud. Right, okay, so Incendiary Cloud. Alright, 99%. Hopefully he's not going to roll a 1 or a 2 on this d6. Hopefully. Okay. So this place closes. Everybody's out of blessings. Amiri had to bury her hand and is going to have to bury her hand again because my turn order is not the best. She buried 4 cards, which was rough. Oh yeah, she does get to move. Okay, so Sela can now do this. Alright. And Scout. Skull Ripper is annoying. I don't get a free exploration out of it. So we killed the hardest villain, which is nice. Let's take a look at Amiri. What's Amiri? She's got 9 cards left. She's going to have to lose 6 next time. She's dead. If Amiri Temp closes this place, she dies. Oh, God, that's annoying. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and Disjunction Pulse just to get it off and shuffled. It really, really sucks the order of this. Is there any point in her moving? Well, how exactly do I do this? What are her cards? Does she have anything that can recharge? Well, the Staff of Minor Healing recharges. The Sage can't really recharge. The Armor can't really... Well, I can recharge the Armor, but then she gets a card replaced, so it doesn't actually help. Yeah, I don't have enough to bury or discard 6 cards. Even if I get the Staff of Minor Healing, I'll be at 11, and then after I lose 6, it's going to be 5, and then our hand size is too big. So that hand size power feed is really biting me in the ass. How do I do this? Well, I could have Ezrin just do nothing for the rest of the scenario. But Amiri can't even close this location, so we have to deal with that problem. I need a haste, a teleport, or... Oh, I actually got rid of teleport. Oh god, I need a haste or a stride to help me get over here. Or Amiri needs to pull somebody over. Maybe Amiri and Harsk can change places. I think that's what it's going to have to be. I think Amiri and Harsk need to change places so that Harsk can shoot arrows outside of his turn and then bury his hand on Ezrin's turn to temp close. And then Amiri can just do this normally. Actually, this is perception? Crap, it's not survival. Where's the survival? There's a survival. Amiri would like to actually be right there. So it'll take her a couple of turns to get there. But she will get there. So that's got to be the plan. 11 turns left is kind of rough. But I'm going to have to go for it. So we're going to move in here and pull Harsk in. The turn order. Man, the turn order is so rough. Alright, she did get the Staff of Healing, which is good. And she can get it again by recharging her hand. And Harsk can actually now do Pelagina. Oh, this is interesting. So Harsk can heal 1 for Amiri. Yeah, maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work. Okay, let's actually, Eagle this place. Maybe Harsk can close it on his turn. So we have the Disjunction Pulse back on top. God damn it. Okay. So now, where do I want to scry? I mean, I could shuffle away the stupid Disjunction Pulse. I can get rid of the Skull Ripper. Alright, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get rid of the Skull Ripper. Although, wait, isn't she right here? She could have used Augury to do this. Oh god, I'm stupid. That was a bad play. So I should have used Augury for this and scrowed somewhere else. Now I can't use Augury. Oh my god, that was a noob mistake. Okay, well, Ezrin can't do the villain because no one's ready to close that place yet, so he has to just pass his turn. Does he have any cards he'd like to draw into? Well, Haste and Stride he'd like to draw into those, definitely. So I don't think I need Scorching Ray or the monkey. Or for that matter, invisibility. Alright, there's a Medusa Mask and the Detective, neither of which are actually helpful. She has this Augury she can't use. Christ. Okay, so these are both bad places for Sione. Sione's honestly better off just being at this Desecrated Vault. So I'm just gonna move her there. And what's the situation? Oh yeah, the sepia thing that I don't give a shit about. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. I still can't use Augury because there's already a monster at the bottom, but I may be able to use Augury later when we get down far enough. Like when we explore through 2 more cards, I can use Augury to find the henchman or villain in here. I gotta save the blessings for sure. I guess we're just gonna end the turn. Alright, so now Kira can leave and go here. So she's got a D10 wisdom. She's okay at this place. Mass sagacity. That actually in the short term would be handy. The problem is I don't have any rechargeable way of getting it. I have to spend resources to pick it up, and there's no way I'm going to spend resources to get this. I was hoping to get a nice little 10 here, but alas, it was not to be. Alright, so that's that. Alright, she got a major cure, which is nice. Sela could definitely use some healing, and Kira doesn't really need any. Is Major Cure? I always get them confused. That's the one where, yeah. So if that's the one where the person casting it only heals a single card, so she can use it on someone else and not waste any value. And then, of course, fail to recharge it. Oh, there's the 10. Nice. That's actually pretty good. I might get that again. All right, we got 7 turns left. I can kill one more villain. I don't know how I'm going to find the other one, but, I mean, we'll just have to bury that bridge when we get to it. Alright, so we have a Disjunction Pulse. Christ. Alright, well, let's see what happens. He does have the Dexterity for it. This is Gorham, which I don't think anyone has. I guess we'll YOLO it. 50-50 is what I can do. Everybody has, like, only a single blessing. I guess we're just taking a coin flip. God darn it. Well, even with Driving Rain, I still would have failed. So I have to recharge all these because, of course, they are magic. They all have the magic trait. And the Disjunction Pulse goes in again. Can I please not have the Disjunction Pulse on top? Hey, it's the henchman. All right, that tells me that the villain's not here, and maybe I'll be able to take care of that guy. We'll see. All right, got a little bit lucky finally. Down to just 6 turns. I've got only one more villain where I know where that villain is. Should I actually do this amulet again? There's a 5 out of 6 chance I find the henchman. If I don't, I'm really screwed. But I think I have to go for it. I don't think I can. I mean, when you're behind, you got to take risks. So let's go ahead and do this. Hopefully, I don't get unlucky. All right, there's the henchman. Perfect. So now, do I want to fight this henchman? Is the question. The answer is. Maybe? Let me think about this. If I don't fight it, I have to do this at least 2 more times. No, it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. I messed up. I should have used Pallegina before she got shuffled away. Crap. Alright, well anyway, so this is all going to get recharged away, and then I might have to beat this thing up with my fists. Got a blessing. Harsk is perfectly happy to get all of his cards out of his hand, because he is going to be fighting a henchman. The dagger is what he's going to use to defeat the henchman, so I can do this thing now. It's still only 37? Oh, Lord. Alright, I guess this is the time to do strength and an orb of magic, then. 93. We're going to have to just take those odds. Alright, we got it. Recharge that bow. And now this. So this is tough. I'm gonna have to spend some resources on it. Anybody got some wisdom blessings or anything? No, and... Oh, yep. That's it, right? Yep, there it is. There's 2 of them. 78's not good enough. She's actually kind of close to dead. I guess she'll use a blessing. 94 is just gonna have to get the job done. Alright, I haven't had any unlucky rolls, at least, in this scenario, which has been good. And I got 100 gold because I'm touched by the gods. Okay. So, at this point, I have one villain where I know where he is. The other villain still needs to be found. I'm gonna fail all these recharge checks. And then take a quick look at the situation. There's a cure, which is kind of nice. And a mass cure, very good. Alright. take a look at the map. So the villain is not. Well, actually, the villain could be in here. That's one place the villain could be. The third one. Am I right about that? No. No, there was one villain whom I defeated and made him move, but it's not this guy. And I defeated the one that was not the one I fought first. So the third villain can't be here because I believe Kira Temp closed this place. I believe. I can fly. I believe. So the villain's either here or here. Now this place has more cards, so it's a bigger problem if the villain is there. But this place is also harder to close, so it'd be better if the villain was there. When I'm doing my final fight, I don't care if I lose my entire hand. Okay, so Amiri's up. I guess we're just gonna have to freaking go for it. Harsk has still a pretty big hand. I guess I'm gonna put the eagle back on top of my deck. Because that way... Oh no, I already knew that! Oh god, it was a waste. Shoot. Well, I just wanted to put the eagle away from my deck, but I should have definitely, you know, done this first. Okay, so now I guess I'm gonna take a peek at the next card, see what it is. It's whatever. So let's encounter it. Is this a Constitution or Fortitude? That's actually kind of interesting. And it's revealed to block combat damage? Alright, you know what? Let's bury this armor to try to get the other armor. 45% odds, we'll have to do. Okay, I rolled minimum. 1 in 100. Good. Good. I don't think I want to explore again because she's almost ready to die. Now, do I want to move anybody over? Yes, actually. I'd like to move Sela over for a couple of reasons. One is so that she can do scouting, and I believe she has a cure card. Yes, she does. So I'm going to go ahead and do a cure on Amiri so that Amiri does not die. And yeah, I guess I might as well flip cards, try to YOLO these divine checks. This is Sela's last turn of the game. I'll think about that in a moment. Okay, let's also do a mass cure here on Amiri. Get some more cards into that girl's deck. And of course, roll almost the minimum amount humanly possible. Is this even worth YOLOing? Well, whatever. Okay, so, that's that. Now, it's Ezran's turn. So can I actually defeat the villain? Harsk? Crap. Harsk is not in the greatest of shapes. God darn it. Frickin' I want to look at... What the hell? Okay, well... So I want to see what Harsk had. Oh yeah, Harsk has a henchman on top of his place. But Ezran's not getting another turn. So it's actually now or never. So I have to do this. There's no options here. Harsk is burying his whole hand. Luckily, Harsk has a bunch of cards left over, so it's fine. It just sucks that he won't be able to help Ezran with the combat. Yeah, it really sucks. Harsk, I would have rather had him go first. Damn it. So the Spyglass, the dagger, +1, he can't really use. I mean, he could use the Spyglass. God darn it. It's so hard to look at things. Yeah. There's no point really in using the Spyglass to look at that, because he's clearly just doing it next time. So yeah, that's that. Like, he can use these 2 blessings to help people close, and I know that I just absolutely have to fight the villain right now, so let's just do it. Alright, so then... oh yeah, Harsk's place is location, so the villain has to be, I believe, in the Vault of Greed. I think that's what it has to be. So Sione needs to pile drive it. Kira can't get there anymore. And Amiri and Sela are not getting another turn. Oh god, there's too many cards in the Vault of Greed. I think I just lose. Oh, Sione's in the... Oh, Kira is going to have to be the one to pile drive. Yeah, Kira is the one who can move there. Sione's stuck at the Vault of Desecration. Desecrated Vault. Anyway, so, let's do Sione. This isn't exactly her forte. Here, Harsk will spend a blessing. And I guess Amiri should spend a blessing. 98 is going to have to do it. Oh, this is going to be close. And then Sela is the one who's better at this. She does have a ton of blessings, and Harsk does have a blessing that's about to get buried anyways. So I might as well play it. And then what's happening here? Anything work for wisdom? Iomade, Lemishtu, no. So I guess we'll just pop one of these. 78, I guess I'm going to pop this as well. 94 is just going to have to get it done. man. Stupid 5 fewer turns thing is crushing me. And then Harsk buries his hand. Blop, 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 blop. Now, the fact that his hand is empty, as we now know, is not a problem if we do find the villain. The problem is that it's difficult to find the villain. So I have to fight a freaking Shining Child. Awesome. The nice thing about this, though, I have to say, is that it gives me a chance to play both of these flasks. I can play one flask on this thing, and then one flask on the next fight. In fact, wow, that's actually pretty darn impressive for Ezran's ability to help himself. Alright, do I draw another card? Sure, I'll draw a card. Whatever. I'll be spending them. Might as well draw. Man, this is actually nice. This will let me get help on the next combat check. Sahedra Medallion, I hope I don't have to use. Alright, so there's Jordamandus. I don't want to do Diplomacy because I don't have my Crown of Charisma here, so we're going to go Combat or Arcane, thanks. Let's do a Force Bolt. Reveal this robe. And drop a Flask of Force. 90%. Well, Harsk can't shoot any arrows. So, yeah. Do I need to spend... What is this? This actually works? Oh, discard the difficulty of any combat check by 3. No, let's save it for the next one. Let's do Pharasma here for a couple of dice. And put this guy in the ground. Man, I really hope that I calculated this accurately. That, Ooh, that could be good. Oh my god, that could be really good. I'll take a look at that in a second. Yeah, I hope I can... Oh, there's another one. So, yeah, this could be really good with the hastes. I believe, if I did my math right, I know where the final villain is. Or at least where he should be. Let's just take a quick look. So, well, the villain could be here, though, couldn't he? Because it's possible that... Wait a minute, does Harsk even get another turn? 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. Oh yeah, Sela, wait a minute, Sela gets one more turn. Right, the person who goes first gets the turn in the last round, and the other 5 people don't. So Sela can push this place one more time. But the villain could be here. I don't think I temp closed this when I had that first run-in with the villain, so it is possible that after Harsk defeats this henchman, that he will find the villain underneath. Which is a problem, because then Harsk will have an empty hand, and he's going to have to be fist punching the villain to death, who will have a combat check of like 45, which he's not going to be able to do. I have to be very careful how I do this, because once Ezran's turn ends, he can no longer haste to move people around, so I really have to think about this. Well, let's... What am I looking at here? Why is this an X? What's happening? Okay. So, this is a key moment here. Yeah, and none of these things really help. Augury can only be used in my current place. Orb of Ice can't be picked up. This only gets spells. So I can only get Scorching or Invisibility, which don't help. Okay, so this Robes doesn't help. I gotta think about how I'm doing my haste. So, what I could do is I could put Kira here and here, and then have her go close the location. Have her be the one to fight the henchman and bury her hand. If I did that, it would be okay, I suppose. She could do Sunburst. Or no, she could do the Great Club. There's really no good way to do it. Her hand's going to get recharged anyways. And she's better at fisting the villain than Harsk is. So that's one option. Amiri is not getting another turn. I could have Sela do it. She's better at punching the villain to death than Harsk is. So she could be the one to have her hand get recharged, bury a card to close the location. Oh, then she won't be able to explore again. No, Harsk has to do it so that if the villain's here, Sela comes over and does it. Which means that here where we have this Wisdom or Perception check, I really need that to be Kira and not Amiri, because Amiri just sucks dick at it. Of course, the villain could still be at the Vault of Greed, so I want Amiri exploring that place. Crap. So, man, I can't wait on Harsk's turn to find out what happens here. So if the villain is here, and I don't move Sela over, then I lose. But what I could do, okay, is I could cast Haste once on Sela, and have her move over here. It sucks that she doesn't get to scout, but that kind of hedges my bets, because then if Harsk finds the villain at the bottom of his location, then Scylla can move over there. So I don't need to commit. I don't have to move her over there. I can have Harsk do the henchman fight, defeat the henchman fight, then win, and yeah, then after that, if there's a villain on the bottom, Scylla can go get it. If not, then Harsk, then Scylla can go back and help pile drive this on the last turn of the game. Does Kira need to move? Well, I'm pretty sure the villain's not in the vault. I'm pretty sure about that, although I could be wrong. So Kira needs to come over here to help do that. So I guess the other haste doesn't really have much of a function. I guess it's kind of the opposite of conjunction junction, I suppose. So does anything here matter? Nope, nothing matters. So I guess we're just done. Oh, man, that was brutal. Well, actually, Ezrin could move himself with a haste now. Interesting. Does that matter? No, because he's not getting another turn. He can just land here and do nothing. That was something I should have been considering, though. What if Ezrin had, like, moved twice? No, that would have been stupid. Okay, so, yeah, we're done. I really, really wish that I, had 5 more turns, or like a holy candle or something. The loss of time is really difficult to counteract. Okay, well, that's a narrow chance of winning, but it's not 0. So, Sione's up at this vault where nothing she does really matters. Does it? I mean, it would be nice to close it, because right now there's a wisdom blessing on top. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just cast Augury and try to find the henchman. I didn't, so whatever. I guess what I can do is I can explore once and have a 1 in 5 chance of finding the henchman. Doesn't happen. Alright, well, I don't need the Scorching Ray anyways. Harsk's hand is empty. I don't actually care that much about defeating this villain, or this monster, so we'll just let it go. I have the Sahedron Medallion to block the damage. Alright. Fine. And... oh, wow, I actually managed to close that. Nice. Alright, so what I need to do now is discard the Necklace of Fireballs and the Poison Blast, because those are not going to help me. I'm going to only want resources that help me defeat monsters and stuff. Scrying is good. Scrying could be very good. So Kira's up. She's going to move here. What the hell's happening in this situation? I actually know nothing about this place. Alright then, I think it's time to scry. Is it? Hang on, let me think. What if I find the villain right now? Then Harsk has to bury his whole hand, which is still empty. It'd actually be good to find the villain right now. So I actually want to explore first, and then scry to maximize my odds of finding the villain. And getting to explore without having to spend a resource. Keen Scythe +2. What is this? 2d4 +2. And then, oh, that's pretty good. But I'm not going to get it, because I need to save all my blessings to win. Oh my god, Driving Rain deprived me. God darn it. I'm going to pop this golem to go again. It's the henchman, so I guess that means... well, no, the villain could still be here. This place could have started with the henchman, and then now we're going to find the villain, maybe? If I'm lucky. Let's go ahead and reveal the club. Let's discard the medallion. 88. 88. I don't want to use up any resources, but I also don't want to fail this. Well, she's got 3 blessings. It's a lot of blessings. Let's pop 1 more on there. Alright. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, to find the villain at the bottom of this location. Oh, right. I need to actually close this place because it wasn't... alright. Any wisdoms here? Nope. Oh, God. This is actually going to be a little tough. I have to spend everything I have on it. And then just pray. So there's 1d10. And there's another one. And 1 more. Ugh. 92. Okay, we got it. Interesting. I can exchange cards of the same type. So I can get Mass Strength instead of Sunburst. I don't think that actually is at all worth it. And I guess the villain's not here. Okay, crap. So, the villain, I believe, is in there. I mean, if I messed up and is actually in the Desecrated Vault, I thought I closed the Desecrated Vault. Thought I did. Alright, so this is kind of nice. I get to draw a card, and I might actually get a weapon. Come on. No, I got the eagle. All right, the eagle. This is tough. I don't actually have that many blessings now. Alright, so I guess this is the time to use the Wand of Enervation, because I really need help against this guy. Of course, I get the minimum value here. And she's got a ton of blessings, my lord. Alright, yeah, I guess she's not going to be able to spend them all. So there's one. I guess I'm going to use Incendiary Cloud here. There's two. Do I do this thing? The problem is, Scylla is currently set to bare fist the villain, who I assume is going to come up at the bottom of this maze. I don't know if I have enough resources to win that fight. So I have to hold back. But then again, I can't actually use both of these. Can I? Alright, so I guess we're going to play the Improved Guidance. And I guess that's all I can really do. Shoot, this is going to be the most frustrating thing. I'm going to bare fist the villain and not be able to kill him. If I spend this blessing now, I don't think I can possibly beat the villain. Much as it pains me to say it. So I have to just take a 69% chance. God darn it, driving rain screwed me up one final time. Alright, so the only hope I have now is that with scrying, I find the villains. There's a 60% chance that happens. And, yeah. You know what, though? I must have messed up. Because Harsk is going to draw back up to his hand at the end of his turn. Oh, I messed up. Yes, I should have definitely spent that Lemashtu blessing. And then, at the end of his turn, Harsk draws back up to his full hand size. And then there would have been more resources to help Scylla with. Oh, the agony. Alright, well, there's the villain. Hey, look at that. So it's going to be, I believe, a combat 40 or a combat 45. And we're going to have to bare fist him. Unfortunately, Harsk doesn't get to shoot his stuff. Oh, shoot, that's so annoying. Harsk doesn't get to help. Well, he's got this Orb of Firestorms. I guess it's going to have to do. Oh, and we still have to help Sione close this damn place. Oh, Jesus. Well, at least Harsk can help with that somewhat. Okay. So, yep. Here it is. Bare fisting for the win. God, if I just played that a little bit better, I could have had a bit more to go on here. But here it goes. So there's Azavin. And we gotta close this place, which is gonna be a little difficult. Luckily, she has a D8 for wisdom. Harsk can give her 2 dice. And Kira can give her 1. She can only spend 1 blessing on the combat anyways, so this is what it's gonna have to be. Alright. Now we're done closing. So do I go for the Oh, this is the thing to not discard cards from the top of your deck, which doesn't really matter. Man, the fact that Harsk is in the same location is so rough. I really wish he could have moved. If only he had that, like, amulet that let him bury to move. Combat 38. Is that better or worse than... Oh yeah, Arcane... Is it going to be 18? No, it's Arcane 31. So yeah, it's not happening. It's got to be Combat Melee. Alright, here we go. We're going to bury this for 2 dice. We're going to flip a card. There's my weapon. Awesome. Harsk is going to have to just throw this down and lose it. There's no way I can hang on to it. Play that for a die. Gonna play that. Oh my god, we're getting up there. We're getting up there. Reduce it by 3. Is that all I can do? Oh my god, we're taking... Oh, it's immune to this Orb of Storms. Oh, I should have used that on the last one. And then used Incendiary Cloud on this one. I'm missing out on 2d4s. Oh god, I am rolling 2/3 odds. Oh, driving rain! Oh my god, I don't believe it. I cannot believe driving fucking rain. No, but I messed it up. It was my misplays. It was my misplays. I should not have used Incendiary Cloud. Had I saved Incendiary Cloud and instead used the Orb of Storms, I would have been able to win this. Oh my god. Alright, well, that'll do it, folks. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that for some reason. If you did, please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again really soon as I try that scenario one more time. That was a frustrating one, because that one I can't blame it on bugs, can't blame it on bad luck. I mean, I could have won, and I just misplayed my cards. I played a fire 2d4 buff instead of playing a lightning 2d4 buff, and then the villain was immune to lightning, so I couldn't play the Orb of Storms. And then that was that. So that's it. Alright, well, let's take a look at what's going on here. I guess this actually probably is a good item. I mean, looking at the top 5 cards and having a 50-50 shot of finding the henchman's pretty darn solid. So is there anything weak? Do I have any crappy items that can be removed? I've got all decent items, honestly, so something good's gonna have to go. I think my weakest link has got to be this Orb of Magic. It's only a D4, and at this point a D4 is just not good enough to have. Alright, Amiri got this Goblin Plate, which I'll keep. Seems better than the Hide Armor of Fire Resistance. Dagger's obviously junk. Harsk needs an item. Oh, I guess he's getting an Orb of Magic then. Whoops. So what happened here is Amiri needs to pick an ally from the box. And I gotta try this scenario again. Oh man, that one hurts. That one hurts. It's the misplays that hurt the most. Okay, so what do I even really care about here? Oh god, I'm so tired of looking at all these mediocre allies. I could just get another Pallegina. It's like a Staff of Healing. I know I said I wouldn't, but you know, it's legendary, so fuck my promises. I can get like one of these weirdos that let you look at a location to find out if the villain's in that location. It's kind of an interesting proposition. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I could just take a Mako back for a D10 to any check. Sure, let's do it. Is it any check? Oh, it's to your check. Well, it can help her close. It can help Amiri close locations or whatever. Oh, God, I needed one more blessing, one more resource. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.